What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Rap Nerds presented by the Music Support Group. It's your boy Kurt, aka Leroy Green III, out here in LA. Still early in the morning. I'm still trying to wake up, so y'all have to forgive me.
Wake up, sir.
I got my man Darren out in Atlanta.
Yes, sir. What's happening?
Not much, man. And we got a special guest on the pod today. First time talking to him, first time meeting him as well. Appreciate you popping on, Zahmir.
Thank you. What's up, y'all?
So, man. So, yeah, man. Before we hop in, just go ahead and tell the world about yourself. Tell our listeners about yourself.
My name is Zahmir. I'm from Albany, Georgia. I'm 26. I'm a rapper, producer, a dad, a husband. I've been making music since I was like 5. I've been rapping. I started producing at 14. Okay. You can find my social media, Zahmir Music, Zahmir Music. And I'm thankful and I'm grateful that you guys let me be on your show.
No problem, man. I'm like kind of glad. The father and the husband in me was glad that you said that, you're a father and the husband as well.
Already making a connection right there. Already.
That's a pretty big commitment on top of doing your work to keep your family afloat, man. That's a pretty full commitment, man. How old are your kids?
2 and 4. My daughter, you might see her because she's like attached to the hip, so she might just randomly come by here.
It's all good.
It's all good. All good. Surprise guest.
Yeah. Before we hop into anything, man, we always start off our podcast by asking our listeners or asking our guests, like what they've been listening to lately. So we're just gonna ask you like what's been in your rotation, what's been on your shuffle, your music shuffle lately.
The newest thing is J. Cole's album. I would say, honestly, everything else, I got a playlist of like just artists I listen to that I rock with. Like, most of them are not mainstream. It's like people I know or people that I've heard about that might not have a big following and stuff. But if I find their music dope, I just add them to that playlist. I really go deep digging for like underground artists because they be hard.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of something that I guess we've kind of created this music support group. I'll give you a little background on our group, right? So we have the music support group, and we kind of created this group to find music that you wouldn't usually typically find on your own and everything. So this is all about. What did you think about that, Jay? You may have also share one of those underground playlists with us. But what did you think about the Code album, man?
I like it. It was different for him. It was like I felt the hunger and like the rapping and stuff. Like I was fussing with my friends in the group chat. It's like it's not 2014. I'm like I don't care. Like it's cold and like it's like something different. Like you don't have an artist that's been out that long seeming like he's hungry to rap no more.
Yeah.
So the fact that he did that, I was like, it sounded more like a mixtape to me. It's like he's just rapping. It sounded more like that to me than like, oh, I'm gonna make this album. I enjoyed it a lot though.
It seemed like he just tapped into something that he like you mentioned, that hunger. Like he tapped into whatever he was tapping into when he was doing like the warm up, the come up, when he was doing Friday Night Lights. He tapped into whatever's next. And let me go back to that. And he came out with this. I think this is like arguably one of his better albums. Like
really?
His best out. Like
really?
I feel he really came with this joint. I truly believe
I personally like it better than the last two.
I think over time, like
you think it's better than his last. You think it's better than KOD?
Yeah, and I'm gonna be real.
I think
J. Cole, one of my favorite artists.
Okay.
KOD was boring to me.
I really think that like KOD was like leading into this, like he was trying to transition and play around with different sounds and more newer sounds, and he just tapped into this that much more in this album. Like I feel like over time, we're looking back, people gonna look at this one like this is a really.
This is. I'm not gonna knock that out. I'm not gonna say this is some trash album. I do think it was one of his top albums. I will say that top 2, top 3. I haven't had the chance to go back and listen to it, like give it that second run that it needs. But this is my problem with it. I haven't felt that urge to go back and listen to it.
I mean, it could be mindset, could be the moment, could be like, the space you're in.
I don't know. Usually for me, I'll just say for me, speaking just for me, when something's hot and it just came out, like I want to go back and listen to it some more. This one it was like, okay, I ran and it was like, okay, this is cool. This is nice. This is good J. Cole. This is great rapping, but nothing really.
I'll put it like this. I'll counter that by saying
I feel
this.
that.
Go ahead, Zahmir.
No, I was gonna say I just feel like the reason for that is so much music that comes out.
Yeah, we talk about that.
We talk about that.
It's a lot that comes out.
So much music that comes out.
But to add to that point, here's why I feel like that album was really dope. I just got back from Mexico, right? Like I was playing J. Cole in Mexico while like during like a hype moment, like everyone was rocking with. Like that's I couldn't even have thought to play some J. Cole like during the Mexico trip. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that, he had some bangers on that joint, like some gym bangers.
Yeah,
like
very joint.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it has been my mood lately. I've been listening to a lot of Larry June.
Yeah,
it's been sunny out
here.
See,
you've been playing that, that smoothie music, which is cool, but it's in a different headspace. Like you playing that, going to Trader Joe's, like you playing, this is a different vibe with this.
I like it because you can't compare it to none of his other albums. Like J. Cole, he saying like the metaphors, he talking about guns and stuff. Like you never hear J. Cole reference stuff like that. That's why I was like, whoa.
He came out hard.
I was like, all right, this is different. This is different.
For sure. It's just a whole different energy. So you've been doing that, J. Cole. Like I've been listening to honestly a lot of since I was down again in Mexico. I was playing like Kodak and Ty Dolla $ign and just a bunch of Future. But then I think I would say like over the last few days I've been trying like to wind down. I've been playing that Knowledge, that all of his like little BEPs. I've been just running those during the week. Those really give me in a nice little headspace. I really rock with those. But yeah, man, that's shit. And shit. Also, I mean, like I'm not even gonna play. I'm not even just saying it's just because you hear, but like I've added you to a couple of my playlists. Like your music is fire, bro. Like, like I got you on my gym list. Hey, that joint. We're gonna talk about that. We can talk about that. But go ahead, Kurt. What you would listen to before we hop into it?
I've been listening to a lot of Lil Baby, a lot of 21.
Oh yeah, for sure.
A lot of Thug. That new
those are the givens though, like especially the Thug.
But for some reason, I've been in that mood lately the past week or so. Even that I was hyped when that City Girls Twerkulator came out. I don't know. I guess because things are opening up, I'm kind of like,
hey,
I'm ready to get out now.
That Twerkulator hard. It's hard.
Out, man. I'm ready to get out and enjoy life again. But yeah, we'll hop into we'll just talk about you, man. So
his music.
Yeah. First question we'll hop into. So what inspires you to create music, man?
Just the feeling that it gives me, really. Excuse my doors. Just the feeling that it gives me. I just like hearing, like, my biggest thing is like when I complete a song, it's like the best feeling in the world. So when I complete a song, that feeling it gives me, I hope the listener gets that same feeling or gets some type of feeling from it. That's like my biggest inspiration, like to tell my story, like. Because sometimes, like, it's like, how can I vent without being a problem to somebody and just, like, talk about stuff that I'm feeling? Because I'm like, okay, cool, I just put it on the track. And that's always how I've been. Like, just from a younger age, that's always how I've been.
I hear a lot of confidence in your music. And when I hear confidence in music, it feels like the artist is, like, really comfortable in the space in which they're making the music. Like they really feel like this is their outlet, and it makes sense. So you're saying that this is your way of like your own form of therapy. Like this is how you get venting and getting out emotions and feelings through your art.
Yeah, like I didn't have that confidence before. I didn't have that confidence. Hey. Okay, chill out. Okay, there you go. But yeah, I didn't have that confidence before. I had to build that stuff up because I was like. Because I would hear stuff, like, oh, your flow's not good. Your stuff's not good. And I ain't gonna lie, that shit used to piss me off. Because I'm like, y'all listen to these people that are not good. They just got more pop than me. And that used to, like, tick me off. I had to stop letting that bother me. And I was like, I had to, like, really, honestly, my wife was really a big part of that. She used to tell me, she's like, you good. You just don't know how good you are. You too hard on yourself sometimes.
I was about to say, how did you get
stop worrying about what other people?
Yeah, I was about to say, how did you get into the headspace? You was going to, I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Oh yeah, she just told me to stop worrying about what other people say. Like she just told me to stop like doing that. Just do what makes me happy. And like if it's like
run your race.
If I'm happy with it, then just do it like that.
Yeah, run your race. You know what that reminds me of? That mindset is Crit. It reminds me a lot of Crit. How Crit just like like
I love Crit.
I see that I hear in some of the songs too. I can hear that like you running your race like this is what you're gonna do. I hear it in Soul Food. I hear the Crit influence in Soul Food. I like that track. Crit. I heard some Crit. I heard some Gucci. We don't talk about that. Anyways, but yeah, like I could feel that like this is you running your race and you build that confidence. I like that because that's that parallel to Crit, and like we both like Crit, and I think that's what makes him successful in his own right is that he's gonna do what he wants to do, and I think that's a nice way to go about doing it.
So who are also some of your biggest musical influence or just artistic influences in general? Just movies, anything, TV shows, whatever, directors. It seemed like your album kind of flowed. It flowed very well as well, like kind of like a story in a sense.
It was with the last album, the Lucid.
Yeah, Lucid. Yeah, it flowed like a story in a sense. So who are kind of your artistic influences?
Kanye, like when it comes to like rapping and producing, like Kanye is real big. J. Cole, just like because J. Cole, I pull different stuff from different people because J. Cole is like married and like balancing like having a family and being an artist and still like doing stuff like that. And like Drake is just Drake. And like Wayne, I used to love Wayne when I was younger. Like that's all I used to listen to, like the metaphors. So I was actually listening to one of my older projects, like old stuff. And I used to listen, like I used to always try to, it was corny as hell then and still corny now, but I used to try to get like the metaphors, like Wayne used to just say crazy stuff, just make you think. Like on the mixtape, so like Wayne. Movies, I barely watch movies. Like I barely watch movies. But also when it comes to like, I would say like TV shows like The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and like sitcoms like that, because that's how I kind of look at my projects when I go through sequencing them. Like you always see the shows like when it start the season, it has like it's chill. Then like in the middle of the season, it gets the climax and it brings you back down. So like I always want my projects to do that. Like every time I sequence a project, I always try to do that better each time. I'm like, okay, cool. How can I start it off at a good pace and then go high and then you bring it back down?
It's interesting that you said TV shows, because I feel like a lot of I'm not a big movie guy as well, and I feel like a lot of young Black males, at least males our age, aren't really big movie buffs. There might be a more of a movie buff than me.
I feel like I'm like middling, and then I think like my Jazz, she's definitely much more movie.
But like TV shows are our thing though, right? Like I think we grew up on like the sitcoms, like the Family Matters and the Fresh Princes of the world, Cosby shows and all that stuff. Like I think like that kind of influences a lot of our art today. Like the sound in our art today. Like even the sound of hip hop in some instances.
I like the
style.
Yeah, I like the style, the sound, but what also like struck me what you said was like Kanye was your influence as a producer. And like the first thing I thought when I listened to Lucid, I was like, all right, 7 tracks, it's 20 minutes. He's not gonna have any wasted moments on this. And that's how like Kanye produced the entire 2017, the whole good music lineup.
Pusha T and
Taylor, exactly. Everyone was just like no wasted moments. And that's the feeling I got from the album. And I think that shows that the type of influence you're allowing that these artists to have on you, like you're trying to take their best from each of these. Like you're not just taking a random strain. Like this is like that's like Kanye. I really like.
It's not a superficial thing. Yeah,
exactly. It's a real like in a real intrinsic art thing.
Yeah. So can you take us through your writing process? I remember I listened to a podcast you did earlier, I believe earlier this year, and you kind of said it was like an out of body experience.
That's how I get. It's crazy. Like I don't know, like especially when I be writing, especially like when I start to write. When I start to write and it's not forced or something, it's like I just start going. Like I just go. Like it just take like the first 2 lines and I'm gone. Like it's just off to the races there. Cause like I wrote a song Monday, and it was just like I stayed up. I didn't even realize I gotta be working. Like I gotta get up at like 5 o'clock to work. I went to bed at 3. I'm like, oh snap, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, but I made the beat, I'm writing the song, and then I'm recording it, I'm mixing it. I'm like, all right, I'm done, and it's 3 o'clock though. But yeah, like I just always try not to say the same thing twice. If I'm talking about the same topic, I try to put it in a more mature way or a better perspective. Like I never compare myself to my old music. I used to do that, and that was the worst thing ever. I never do that no more.
Interesting. I feel like for me, I'm sorry to keep talking about us, but like to that point, like I go back and listen to our old podcast, and I critique them in a way,
I hate
like
them.
in a sense that makes me better.
I hate them so much.
In a way that makes me better. You don't do that with your old music. Like go back and listen to your old music and be like, I could have. No, not at all.
Because the growth is like I know what I'm getting better at now. So it's like for instance, I had this song called Ace like in 2016. I just dropped it on SoundCloud. Okay, go back in there. I just dropped it on SoundCloud and it started doing crazy. You know, that was like my first time ever doing 1,000 on SoundCloud. And it's like, it got played in the club. So after that, I'm like, I got to make another Ace.
Yeah.
But I couldn't because I was trying to. And I was like, that was a moment because my music is always about real life events. So it's like, I didn't experience that in life no more. So after that happened, I was like, I just want to I know what I need to get better in because I always try to get better. So I do listen to like I said, I listen to an old project. It's like 9 years old last week. And I laughed at it the whole time because I was like, yeah, I was bugging. I thought this shit was hard. So like I do listen to the growth and like now I know, like right now I feel like Lucid is my best project because everything I drop, I want to be better than that. So I'm like, all right, cool. I know I got to make something better than Lucid for me. As long as I'm happy with that,
You're
like
cool with it.
my friends might not think it. People might not think, but if I walk into like I don't know if y'all heard The Motions, but I did not think The Motions was better than Summer Nights, and I hate that I dropped it. But The Motions was decent. It was cool to me. But I was like, okay, cool. When I made Lucid, I took my time with it and stuff.
Is that like that or tell me how Legend Me came to you? Because Legend Me, that song is like the 6th song on Lucid. Legend Me.
Oh, Legend Me. Yeah,
that's like that to me. That was like your. Remember like how Carter 2 when he had like his best rapper alive track. This is like
talking your shit on that.
You were talking your shit on Legend Me. Like, your pen was going crazy. Yeah.
That's how I feel. Like I feel like I've been rapping so long. I'm 26. I've been rapping for 20 years. Like so I feel like in my mind that's how I feel, and I had to like start realizing that I say in another song, I was like, I've been too humble too long, it turned into fear. That's how it did. It did turn into fear, like, okay, cool, let me calm down. But like, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna pop my shit when I want to. Like, I know, like, it's rare that when it comes, and I feel like this, it's no rapper producer better than me. You might rap better than me, you can't produce better than me. You might produce better than me, you can't rap better than me. And I feel like that. Nobody can take that from me. That's where that Legend Me song came from. Because producer named Rad City, she sent me a pack of beats. Because when I started working out, like reaching out, collaborating more with people, so that's one of the beats I didn't make. So that's the first time I was like, oh, she fucked me. She sent me like 30 beats. I was like, oh, she fucked me. So I was like, okay, cool. Now I heard that beat, I was like, this is something different that I ain't never been on before. So then that's just how it came. And I just like, I wrote that like as soon as I heard the beat.
Yeah, that seemed like just like a stream of conscious, that whole thing. Like you blacked out in that joint. That was hard.
Thank you.
Before we hop into the album, you talked about real life experiences and kind of making songs off of that. Could you talk about that? Like how I guess that's how each album varies, and that's something that I think Kanye does very well as well with his albums.
I hear a lot of maturity.
Each album is kind of based off of what he's going through at the moment. Could you talk about that with your music?
I think that's the only way I can make music, unless it's like a feature. I can't make music that's not authentic to me. Like, so if I'm like, I remember perfect example, from Fall Friction to Summer Nights, like during that time I had became a dad, and like that was like a 2-year span. I had got married, so like 2017 was like kind of the hardest process of me writing music because I'm like, okay, I'm experiencing different stuff. I got a child now. I got a girl that loves me and care about me because I'm always like my past music was always talking about heartbreak and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, how can I still talk about stuff that's not boring? Because like in today's society, being a faithful black married man is boring, which is stupid. But that's how people feel.
Like Chanson's music,
Yeah, right. No, exactly. Exactly.
Like that's what I love my wife, but you don't want to rap about love my. It's like somewhere.
Logic has a hot bar where he's like, and I love my wife like as much as Chance or whatever. It's pretty hot off the song "Dad" about, but carry on. Go ahead.
Yeah, like so I'm like, how can I still make music that's like enjoyable to people, but also telling my story, because I want to please people, but the first thing I want to make myself happy. I never want to drop nothing that's like, I'm disappointed with and people love. That's like my worst fear ever. That's why I never try to go with no trend, because I'm like, that'll be the song that pop off. I make a little stupid ass song. That'll be the song people like, oh, we want that. That's the one we want.
That's someone you hate,
yeah. So I guess that's just how I approach it.
Okay. That's dope. So let's talk about the album, man. Let's talk about Lucid. It sounds like a very personal project. Sounds like you're talking about your grandmother in a few songs. So yeah, just talk about Lucid, the project, inspiration for the project, and how the whole project came together, and how long it took for the project to come together.
That project, I ain't gonna lie, probably took like 2-3 years, because it was when I did them. Lucid dropped on my grandma's birthday, so like I had a whole different idea. It wasn't even called Lucid. It was called like Winter Days, because like my first project was called Fall Friction. My second was called Summer Night, and then I was gonna call this one Winter Days. But it just didn't. It never came out. That's why I dropped Emotions, because it was like rushed. But then this year I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna drop this on my grandma's birthday, and I'm gonna make this project how I want to make it. So yeah, like my grandma basically raised me. She passed away like almost 6 years ago, and like I'm real big on numbers, and like the number 7 means complete. That's why I put 7 songs on it. That's why Lucky Number 7
Lucky Number 7
song on there. Yeah, and her birthday was on the 5th, so I dropped it on the 5th and stuff. So it really does have a lot to do with my grandma, because my grandma was like, I grew up in the hood. Like my mom like raised me. You grew up in the hood and stuff. Yeah, go get your cup. But I grew up in the hood and stuff, so like my grandma always kept me afloat. And it's crazy because like this next project that I'm working on, not even get off topic of Lucid, I haven't even started on it, but it took me back to my roots. This stuff I never wrote about before. So I'm really excited to start about that, because like me and my homeboy was talking about it.
I know that's gonna be hard.
Like, it's like so many people that we grew up with that's dead. Like and I'm like, bro, we 26. And they dead. Like, so like my grandma really, every time like if a gang, a drug dealer approached me or something, I always think about my grandma, like, because she was living at that time. I'm like, my grandma wouldn't be proud of me doing this. So I feel like my grandma is the reason I'm the man I am now. So that's why I always like try to go hard, and I dedicate a lot of my music to her, because like my grandma ain't know nothing about rap. My grandma was older grandma. She was 86 when she passed away, but she supported me. And I used to come from the studio, grandma, listen to this. She didn't know what I was talking about. She was like, yeah, my baby gonna make it. So I used to like, she didn't know what she was listening to, but she liked it. So like that really was like my motivation. Now like my kids and my wife, like I still feel like I got reason. Like my kids, I don't want them to be like, I want them to go to college and stuff, but if they don't want to, I want them to be like, somebody to be like, oh, nah, you can't do it. You can't be this artistic person, because it's not a realistic thing. Because what better way to tell them they can do it than they see their dad do it? Yeah. Like, my dad did it.
Yeah.
So I can do it.
Yeah.
How do you let all of these, because you, like you mentioned, you're also producing, and you produced this entire album yourself, right? So when you
No. I didn't produce the entire album. No.
My bad.
I show love to the other producers. I didn't produce on Zone and Legend Me. Them the only songs I didn't produce didn't produce at all. But yeah, everything else I produced on. Like Forest Fire was a collab.
Got you. So they're like collaborations. How do these events you're going through in life, how do they shape your sound? And is it difficult to separate the influence between how you want your sound to be and then how you want your lyrics, the content to be?
That's interesting.
How do you like fuse that in a way that makes sense for you?
At first it did. Like when I first became a dad, like I used to curse a lot in my songs, like a lot. But I toned it down as I was like, all right, my kids gonna be listening to my music. Like I used to just curse unnecessary, like work times.
Like
my mom be telling me myself.
I do it when I'm talking, but not around my kids though. Nah, because they repeat everything. So that's one thing. I chilled out on the cursing. I like replace words with certain words. Like try to enhance my vocabulary. Just as I get older, my fans get older. So I can't be like, oh, we give you from 2016, Zahmir. and we're all like almost 30 now. So.
Do you? So when you like, as far as your writing process, do you read a lot? Like, do you read a lot? Like, I always thought this was interesting with rappers, right? Like, I think people don't give rappers enough credit for their wordplay and their vocabulary. Where does that come from? Does that, like, especially like you said, you're making an effort to step up the vocabulary game in your lyrics? Like, where does that like come from in a sense?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I want to keep my wife read. I want to read more. I don't like. No lie. If I see a word and I feel like it's another word to be said, I Google it. I be like, "What's the word again? Replace this word."
That's fair.
What's the synonym for this?
That's fair.
Like, but see that's still expanding your vocabulary, expanding your, because like you see a word and you recognize and may not recognize, but now you're learning two words. You're learning synonyms for those words, and that's helping you create structure these bars together. So that's to your point, Kurt. That still takes a level. Like reading isn't the only form of grasping the English language. Like rappers do these unorthodox ways, and that's how they're able to make this unorthodox music that's better than any other genre.
Yeah,
like, because the creativity within it is you have to be creative to do some shit like that.
I agree.
Yeah, I have ordered some books. I just haven't opened them yet. But yeah, I plan on reading more. I'm like,
go at your pace, dog. Go at your pace. Go at your pace.
Do I read? Nah, I got to.
Go at your pace, dog.
As long as you ain't up here lying, dog. Yeah, I read a book a day.
Nah.
I be on the first page of the book the whole time, like Bron B.
That thing's still in the Amazon thing.
Hey, they in the house though. They in the house.
Yeah, they close to get read.
They on the nightstand. Look, they on the nightstand.
It's somewhere in here.
Oh man.
What's it like being an underground artist, man? And like the grind that it takes, like kind of, day to day pushing your music. And understand. What's the go ahead? Go ahead.
Oh no, I hate it. Like people be like, "Oh, I love it." No, I hate it. Labels. Sign me. I am stressed. My budgets ain't that expensive. I have to pay for everything. Sign me.
Hey, you're the man.
I love the energy. They say, "Cause sign me." Like, please handle this for me. Please.
I need a budget. I'm stressed. Shout out to Nikki though. I met Nikki a couple months ago, so she be helping me with
Nikki's your manager who set this up.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, but no, like she. But it was, I think when you're as focused as you are on making this quality music, the cream's gonna rise. Like this, we were talking about this in the last episode. How like in this new age, it's you just have to stay consistent with your quality enough to where someone's going to. Freddie Gibbs, Griselda was dropping tapes in like the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, you know what I'm saying? Freddie Gibbs was dropping shit in 08. Oh, now he just got a Grammy. Like you just keep pumping out that content, and you're going to rise. You just be consistent in what you're doing.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, man. So I also listened to on the other podcast I listened to you on. Sorry, get my words jumbled up. You talked about that you were gonna drop new singles, new projects. I think you said starting in May. Is that still happening? Or any new singles?
He said, "Hold on, I'm stopping right now."
I understand, bro. Life happens, dog. Life happens. But any new things that you're working on that you can kind of tease or whatever?
Yeah. So like this is the thing. So I did have like another project I was gonna drop. I was like, it sounded like a extended version of Lucid. When I come back, I want something to sound completely different.
I feel you want the deluxe album.
Yeah, so I was like, now that's actually like a good idea I was gonna do. I was like, all right, super cool. I'm gonna like just drop these 4 songs and make it a deluxe. Yeah. Because I'm like, I don't like dropping a lot of songs. Exactly, like people get excited for stuff like that. I don't know why. I don't. But hey,
we're conditioned.
One thing I'm learning as an artist,
one and the same, dog.
Bro, that's the one thing I'm like, bro, stop being so emotional and stuff. Like, if it's a trend that ain't too crazy that's getting you out of your comfort zone and making you feel like you're conforming, do it. Like, people like, oh, deluxe, yay. Like, I don't know. I don't care for deluxe, but
it's just 4 new songs. Like, it's not,
and half the time it'd be like average or whatever, just like 2 or 3 new songs.
They be the throwaways. They turn throwaways into deluxe.
No, these was actually for a new project. These was actually for a new project. Like,
it's a whole new
project. I never throwaways. Yeah, I never drop throwaways because I got this one song that I made like 5 years ago. My best friend still be asking me to drop. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, I hate this song. He's like, bro, that song is gonna take you. I was like, well, I gotta wait a little longer because I hate that song.
So how do you balance that though? Like I'm sure there are plenty of songs, like you said right there. Like there are plenty of songs that that people like, but you just hate. Like how do you balance that? Because I'm like, there are plenty of artists out there that have dropped songs on albums or whatever that they probably hate or dislike.
But also like with that,
a fan favorite. Like,
and also with that's like knowing like, all right, if I drop this, what if this is the one that blows and I don't like it? Like you mentioned it earlier, like any song can blow it.
That's why. Back to where the label signed me, I'm getting 100% creative control because I ain't dropping shit I don't want to. That's the thing. if a song that if I drop the song and it blows, I really like that song. That's the thing. Right. Like even like my friends might want me to drop it or something. My wife really helped me with this. She like, do what you want to do. I like before,
comfortable with.
Yeah, I love it.
Like so, yeah, I don't care what nobody tells me. Unless I feel like, yeah, maybe this shit I can go tweak it and make it better. But nah, if it's like a song, I'm like, okay. Because Nikki was like, I told her, I was like, yeah, we're gonna do 4 songs for the deluxe instead of 6. She's like, what you gonna do with the other 2? I was like, I ain't gonna drop them. She was like,
stash them.
She's like, I still get to hear them there. I'm like, yeah, you got the exclusive, so yeah, you can listen to them if you like them. That's what I be telling them. It's like, y'all got them.
Yeah, I hear that. That's what's up, man. You got anything else, Darren, before we get out of
here? I really rock with your music. I rock with I'm just giving you my favorite tracks. I just want to like tell you what my favorites are. Forest Fire, Legend Me.
Video coming soon.
For sure. That Forest Fire hard.
Was that your lead single kind of off the album, Forest Fire?
Yeah, that bitch was hard. Bitch, when I made it, I was like, yeah.
You knew that. That was the one. And then you know how I know this joint was fire. So my girl, she's very difficult to impress, like musically. Like she's so hard to impress, like hard. And I was playing the intro this morning again, and she was like, "Yo, who is this?" I was like, "Yeah, this
that might be the intro. Might be my favorite track.
Bro, she was like, "Yo, what? Like this is like really good." I was like, "Okay, this dude got some shit. He got some fire." She don't like. I mean, she'll listen to music, but she just like don't. She's like, it gotta be something to impress her, and you got that shit, bro. You got this shit.
Thank you. Yeah, my wife's real hard on me. Like she'll hit me in the back recording something. She'd just be like, "Stop."
Bro, women know.
My feelings be hurt. Women know, bro. So I ain't gonna lie. My feelings, I'd be like, "You don't like that?"
She like, nah. Bro, because women don't like it like that. Women like really control the music.
They do, bro. They do. That's why I say. That's why people critique. We talk about this all the time with Drake, right? People make fun of Drake for making quote unquote songs for women. That's who's listening and buying it in the music, dog.
Right.
Are we gonna go to the club? There's no woman there? No. So you gotta make clubs. You gotta make the women want to hear. So but yeah.
About 4 or 5. She was like, "Yeah, this is the one." My wife don't listen to rap. That's the thing. She don't listen to rap at all. Like if I tell her, let's see, if I name like a Nav, she doesn't know who Nav is.
She don't even know who Nav is. She don't even know who Nav is, though. She don't even know who Nav is. That's okay.
Like all she listens to is like older R&B, like which ain't nothing wrong with that. Turn it down.
Ain't no wrong with it. Just the R&B wave. Yeah, Forest Fire, Legend Me, and then Soul Food. Soul Food was like I was like, okay, I bet he used to listen to like some Gucci. He used to ride with like he got some crit in here. Like I like Soul Food. That's
I used to listen to number Gucci in 9th grade.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard like some Will Chamberlain in that joint. That was hard. That was that hard joint right there. But that's it, man. I just appreciate you joining us. I appreciate Nikki for setting this up. Appreciate you joining us on the Saturday morning. We ain't gonna hold you from your kids too much longer. Yeah. I know your daughter.
They about to take a nap. Bro, she's over here watching herself with hand soap, and I'm trying not to like pay attention to her.
I thought someone was handing you some hand sanitizer. She said no, she's bathing with the bath soap.
She's herself with hand soap right now. So like,
kids are crazy.
Like,
good, man.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
I got a 1 year. My son just turned 1. He running around the crib, just pulling stuff down, tearing stuff up, man, putting everything in his mouth. So it's a nonstop job.
Right. The boys are easier, bro. My son is chilling on his tablet. This is my daughter. When I was like, yo, you different.
Like, energy different. Energy different.
She does everything. And like don't care at all.
Yeah. Yo, kids don't care about you. Kids, they ain't here for you.
You're here to serve.
Got to be sticky.
You're here to serve them, bro.
Yeah, at the end of the day, she's not gonna have to wash herself off. You are.
Right. I'm about to have to go give her a bath after
she doesn't have to do any of the consequences of her actions.
No, man, we appreciate you for hopping on though, bro. Anything you want to tell our listeners, man, before we get out of here, man?
Oh yeah, I want to ask you a question real quick. You said your favorite song was Silent Prayer, the intro?
Yes. I'm a sucker for
that's dope.
I'm a sucker for intros, right? Like I think, like obviously the intro tracks, it sets the tone of the album, right? So if the intro tracks, if it's off, if it's bad, or if it's iffy, I'm already tuned out. Like I'm already tuned out. I got a whole playlist of like intro tracks, dog. Like of my favorite albums, and they're just their intro tracks, dog.
This was your Tuscan leather.
Yeah, like it was dope, bro. Like it set the tone for the album, and I'm a big sucker for that. So
thank you. Quick story behind that song. I wrote that song when Kobe died, the day Kobe died. Because Kobe was like the person that got me on watching basketball, and it was everywhere.
You did have a Kobe
all day, and I did
too.
You
did have a Kobe song, yeah.
Wow.
Kobe inspiring great music. He inspired Jay Elect and Jay-Z to get in the studio and drop API DTA.
Hey,
come on, man.
We gotta end on that. We can't top that. Ain't nothing top that. We gotta end on that. That's too hard. That's too. That's cold.
I'm gonna add that. I actually got a Kobe Bean Bryant playlist. I'm gonna add that to my playlist too, man.
Appreciate it, man. Sure. I rock with y'all, bro. It's so cool to see like it really as an artist. Like y'all don't understand like how stuff like this makes me feel because like the way y'all listen to music, bro. Like y'all listen to music so differently, but the way that y'all appreciate music and stuff. That makes me keep going, bro, because like that shit gets discouraging as hell when you like, what am I doing wrong? Man. But like just hearing like two new people like saying they rock my stuff, bro, that's like y'all understand how much that would take me, bro, for real. So I really appreciate y'all.
Hey man, we appreciate you. You make it easy, man. Like we only do this because like we love music, and so like it's we appreciate what you're doing. We hope that you continue to find inspiration to keep doing it and keep elevating, man. For sure.
Yeah, man. What's our Instagram? I'm gonna follow y'all.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, man. Follow us on Instagram, man. Everybody follow us on Instagram if you're listening to this. Rap Nerds. It is Rap Nerds, RAPNERDS _MSG. Rap Nerds _MSG. Go ahead and shout your Instagram out, Twitter, whatever you want people to follow you or find you at, man.
My Instagram and Twitter is Zahmir Music. Zahmir Music. ZAHMIRMUSIC.
So, and we're gonna share that. We gonna make sure we add the link. We're gonna share this album. And then obviously we got the playlist that we have. We always gonna have those in the link tree as well in the bio. So shout out to Zahmir for joining us, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on YouTube as well.
YouTube for sure.
Man, whenever you drop the new project, bro, let us know. Hop on, man.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna see y'all early copy, man. I'm gonna see y'all early copy, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey man, we got 20-something people in our group too, man. So they're rocking with your music as well, bro. So hey man.
Yeah. It's like just a group chat, like Kurt was saying. We just be sharing music, bro, and that's how and everyone was rocking with your joint too. So yeah, man, we share music and then we share 12 followers on IG.
And the thing about our group chat is like we keep it honest about the music too. Like if it's trash. People gonna let you know it's trash. If it's love, if it's good, people gonna let you know it's good.
I'll be 100 with you, dog. And like we ain't shit either. Like we know we ain't no big podcast. No, we ain't grown, but we definitely had to listen to your project before we said yes. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, Kurt, I heard it. You listen to this.
I told him before you hopped on, bro. I was like, man, we get a lot of suggestions of people just random links and stuff.
Yeah.
And he hit me up. Darren was like, bro, I think you need to check this one out. So.
Yeah, I was like, this one right, bro. We gotta talk to him. We gotta talk to him.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you for hopping on, bro. We'll let you go put your kids down for sleep. I understand that's important time of the day.
Yeah, I gotta get a girl a bath now.
You know, ruin nap time. That's
but yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna hit y'all up like when the deluxe is dropping in August. I got a collab project I'm dropping with a dope artist, Mystery. She's so fire. She's dropping her album in July. Mystery is hard. She's so hard.
Yes, sir. I like that.
So, yeah, we're dropping a collab project at the end of the year.
Shit. Ooh. Anything with his name on, I'm looking for now. So that's a given. But yeah, man.
Oh, one more thing. I'm dropping a collab project with an R&B artist. I produced all of the songs on it. Like,
yes, sir. I like your R&B way more different. I like that. I got faith in that too.
Yeah.
I like that.
Appreciate
that.
Appreciate it.
But yeah, man, that's it. Again, appreciate y'all rocking with us. Again, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, anywhere you get your podcast content with the video. Zahmir, he's streaming everywhere. You can get your music streamed. Glow Skywalker, Kurt.
Leroy Green the third, Kurt, aka Kurt, Leroy Green the third. Y'all appreciate y'all for listening to us again.
Until next time, we will have another artist too. It's gonna be live too. I'm hyped for that one. All right.
Real.
Peace.
All right, peace out, y'all. Appreciate it.
Peace.